Hi friends, it's Deanna here today, and we have enjoyed hacking our patterns to turn them into something that's more our own, just tweak it here and there for our style. Today I'm coming with another hack, and I am super excited about this because I love this pattern as is already, and I think just adding this hack is going to give it another look. So I'm super excited about it. Let's get to it. All right, I know you want to know what this is all about, and you probably already did. You probably saw the cover. You probably saw the name of the video, so I don't even need to tell you we're working with the Chapman cardigan today. But what I do want to tell you is this. Did you know? I know that you love watching these videos with all these different hacks because it's fun to see all the possibilities that we can do with a pattern, but if you're looking for more hacks and you're looking for more ideas of what to do with patterns, how to do them, and other things like that, did you know that there is a blog on Ellie and Mac's website? Yes. So when you go into the Ellie and Mac website and you go to all the different drop downs, there's one that says blogs, and there are all kinds of blogs in there. So the other day I was scrolling through looking at the blogs, and I saw this one blog about how to turn the Chapman cardigan into a duster, just elongating it and then making it more oversized. And I thought, oh my word, that looks amazing. I want to do it, and I know my friends are going to want to do it with me. So here we are. We are taking the Chapman cardigan and making it into a longer duster. I'm going to show you this was my inspiration picture. Thank you, Sonia. Yours looks amazing. I hope mine turns out as good as yours. So let's get started. I'm gonna tell you exactly what she did to achieve this gorgeous pattern, this gorgeous hack on this pattern. And I have this gorgeous fabric. Look how beautiful this is. This is a, I'm drawing a blank on the name. I can't believe I drew a blank on the name because I've been thinking about this fabric and I've been cuddling this fabric for days. Anyway, it's furry, fuzzy. It is amazing. I will attach a link below because I know you all want to know where it's from. It's from Olga's Closet, but I'm obsessed with it. So I'm going to turn this into the most gorgeous, warm, cozy duster cardigan. So let's get started. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I've got my pattern cut out. The first thing she did to make it an oversized pattern is she went up a size. So I've gone ahead and gone up a size on my pattern. So I'm making the size large. Usually I make a medium, so I'm making a large. And then there's other things where she elongated the pattern at different areas. Now, we can do two things. We can go ahead and grab our pattern pieces and grab another paper, like, you know, that brown paper I use on other tutorials, or some copy paper, or whatever you want to use that's wide enough, and add it to your actual pattern piece to elongate it. Or you can just go ahead and add the length as you're cutting your fabric. Which one do you think I'm gonna use? Let me know below. Right now, before you skip ahead and see what I'm going to do, tell me what you think I'm gonna do, because you all know me and you know how I am. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. 1, 2. That was longer than 2 seconds. You're right. If you guessed correctly, I am going to just cut it as I go because I like to just do it that way. But I will tell you, one thing I did do is before I came on here to show you all, I grabbed my pattern pieces and I wrote down all the stuff that I'm going to do right on my pattern piece. Why did I do that? Because you all know I'm super absent-minded. I get to thinking of other things and I forget, oh, I did not do that, or I didn't subtract that, or whatever. So I went ahead and added it to my pattern piece. That way when we're actually cutting, I can see it on my pattern piece and I can tell you all about it. Are you proud of me? All right, let's do it. All right, so the really cool thing about this pattern hack is that really all we're doing different with this pattern is the cutting process. There's my iron just turned off, but don't worry, I probably won't be using it much on this project because of this fluffy mohair. Is it mohair? Okay, I'm still thinking on the name. Anyway, this fluffy fabric, I do not want to burn it, so I want to be very careful. I'm going to put my pattern pieces aside, and we're going to start cutting. Now, there's a couple of things I told you we've got to do. We've got to start by cutting our main pieces. Now, because we want to elongate this pattern, the first thing we did, obviously, was go ahead and I'm looking at my pattern and my fabric and making sure I have it on right here the right way. We're going to start by adding 4 inches to our main pieces, our front and our back. So there is a line on our pattern where we can add, and I know you're looking at my pattern and you're thinking, why does she not have all the words on them? Because I ran out of ink, and so now it's only printing certain things. That's okay, I can always go refer back to my pattern and make sure that I wrote down what my front is, what my back is, and I did that. So anyway, here's my back. So I cut my pattern at that lengthen line, and I'm gonna add those 4 inches right in here. So like I said, you can go ahead and cut out a piece of paper that's 4 inches. Let me show you. Grab a piece of paper, whatever paper, and measure your 4 inches. And you can use that piece of paper and use some tape and tape it to your actual pattern to know your exact 4 inches right here. Or like I said, you could just open it up and, you know, do it like I usually do. I don't worry about it. You can tape it. I'm not taping it. I'm just gonna leave it here. 4 inches. I'm gonna leave it here because then I'm gonna use the same paper for my front. So let's go ahead and cut my back and my front, adding that 4 inches right there. Making sure I label my pattern pieces because I don't want to forget later on. Alright, there's my back. Ooh, I already can tell this is going to be a messy project. Look at that, my mat. Here's my 4-inch piece. I'm going to place it in there. Now my front goes a little bit different, so I might have to trim that 4-inch piece so that way I can cut straight through. Alright, our front and our back are already finished. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our sleeve. Now, we want to accomplish that kind of slouchy sleeve as well. So we're going to add 1.5 inches to the length of our sleeve so that that sleeve can be nice and slouchy, like longer than what it's intended. Are you all seeing all my pieces of pattern pieces flying around everywhere? I got really hot and I turned my fan on, and so everything is trying to fly around. I should probably go ahead and turn my fan off so that things could be a little bit easier, but you all know. I'm just gonna keep going. Comment below and let me know if you're just as excited about this hack as I am, because honestly, when I saw this, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I needed for fall. So I am so excited. So excited. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and cut. I don't think this is enough, quite enough for any bands. Actually, my armbands. I can cut my armbands. My armband went flying. So I need 2 of those. Alright, so I need 2 of these. I don't know if you noticed this, but I cut it just a tiny bit. Oh, hold on. Just a tiny bit wider than my actual band. And by a tiny bit, I just mean like just like 1/2 inch. The only reason why I did that is because this fabric doesn't have a whole lot of awesome, well, I guess it does. I don't know, I guess it does have stretch. I just want to make sure that it's got enough stretch that it's not going to be too tight around my wrist. So that's why I made it a little bit wider. Look at all this! How am I going to get rid of all that? I'm going to like be lint rolling it for the rest of my life. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my bands. And these are cut in the fold. I'm gonna get this one. All right, so look, I don't have enough for it. This is supposed to be cut in the fold. I would have enough if it's just a regular band, but because I'm cutting it, I added length, I need to add the 4 inches to this band on both sides. So it's gonna 4 inches on each fold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it as 1. So I'm gonna cut 1 and 2. I'm gonna cut 2. And instead of just adding 4 inches to the length, which is what I will add because of the fact that we added 4 inches to our front and our back, we need to add 4 inches to our bands. I'm going to add 4.5 inches to allow for seam allowance so I can attach the 2 bands together. I hope that makes sense. Since I'm not cutting it on the fold, I have to sit down. Since I'm not cutting it on the fold, I'm going to add 1/2 inch so I can piece them together. So what I'm gonna do is here is my band. I'm gonna add 4 inches. So you can go ahead and grab your piece that you cut out that's 4 inches. I don't know where it went. Or you can grab your ruler again and measure out 4 inches, and that's where it ends, and then add 1/2 inch after that if you're doing it like that. And then we're also adding 2 inches of width to make it a wider band. So here's and again, you can remake this piece so it will be easier to cut for you if you're, struggling with getting all your cuts even or getting it all done right. So this is my band, my front band. I'm gonna use my handy dandy ruler, which is 2 inches, to add those 2 inches on the side. So make sure I give myself enough fabric. All right, now let's add the 4 inches at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I've got my 2 bands with 2 added for the width and 4 added for the length. You know what? I did not add my little seam allowance. Arc! All right, well, mine might be 1/2 inch shorter. That's all right. Do as I say, not as I do. Remember I told you I would not remember because I didn't write it down. All right, so we've got those, and we know that these are gonna have to be sewn on the fold, sewn together to make it on the fold. And now we've got our waistband. So for our waistband, we only need to add 1 inch to our waistband. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I went down a little bit because I don't know if you can see my eyes, and I feel like I have to look into my eyes so I can explain it. I don't know why. Anyway, okay, so we're adding 2 inches to our bands, right? Our front bands. But because our front bands are sewn on the fold, they're sewn folded to our front, you really only end up with an extra inch of width on the band once it's sewn on. So that means that you only have to add an extra inch on each side for the bottom band. Because the band is cut on the fold, if we add 1 inch, that means that we essentially added 2 inches to the actual band length. So I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my mind, which means that it should make sense in your mind as well, because if it makes sense in my mind, and my mind is not all the way there sometimes, then it should make sense on everybody's mind. I sometimes cannot, I struggle with measurements and numbers a whole lot. I really do. I have to ask my husband over and over again, can you help me? What is it? What was the number? And I need to write them down. If I don't write them down, if I don't see it, oh my gosh, you almost just saw me poke my eye out with that. If I don't see it, then I won't remember it. So I have to write it down so I can remember. Y'all, the struggle is real. And I know, and that's why I always say, I always want to encourage you that you can do it, because you can. I know you can. So, y'all just watched me do that, didn't you? Were you saying no at the same time that I was going yes? You realize what I did? I realize it now. And now I can't turn back. I'm gonna have to cut it again on 2 pieces because I'm running out of fabric. Good thing that I have a little bit of fabric left. I did not add my inch because I was too busy talking. I'm telling you, if I don't pay attention to something, I don't do it. But I'm gonna leave this here because I want this to be an encouragement to you. If you struggle, I'm not gonna edit that out. I could, it's easy. But I want you to know that if you struggle and you make mistakes when you're sewing, you end up sewing it wrong, you end up not adding your inch when you're supposed to. And I'm gonna make sure I grab my inch ruler before I forget again. You end up doing something like this. I just want to encourage you that you can do it. Just take your time, go back, step away if you need to from the project, and just come back and keep going, and just do it with a smiling face. Am I excited that I messed up? No, it's a little bit embarrassing. I mean, I know you all are my friends, so you understand, and you know, I shouldn't be embarrassed, but sometimes I do. I feel like, why can't I not remember certain things? Why? But that's okay. I had enough fabric. Now, if I wouldn't have had enough fabric, I probably would have been crying right now. I probably would have tried to look for another one, a matching fabric, but I would have been really, really upset. You would have seen me cry on camera. I probably would have edited it out, honestly. But I had enough fabric, just enough. That was awesome. Okay, so now that I've got my pattern all cut out, I added all the necessary inchage, I made all the necessary mess. This is, I've got fluff flying in my eyeballs. We're gonna go ahead and sew this up. I'm gonna tell you, now that's all there is to this hack. Now that we've changed all these pattern pieces, I am going to write this information on the description below so you can see it all written down. I will add it as little screen things pop up. You already saw it, so why am I telling you? Anyway, but I'll add it on the description below so that you can really see it. But I'm also going to add a link to, you know what? I'm just gonna add a link to Sonia's blog because it was a great blog, and I want you to check it out. And I also want you to go in there, and once you check out this blog, check out all the other blogs with all the other cool hacks and all the other helpy things on there. So I want you to check that out. I'm gonna go real quickly and sew this puppy up. If you need help sewing the Chapman cardigan, we do have a video on that. I'll add a link below, I'll add a link up here somewhere. And so you can go ahead and check that out and sew it up with me, and then come back and see what the result is. And then I want you to go on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and show me your cardigan and tag me on it and let me know you did your hack. Because I want to see it. I want to see it. And I don't think there's a way that you can share it with me on YouTube. So just go over there. All right, let's sew this up.
First, I start by sewing the fronts and the backs of the shoulders and prepping my neck bands. Now we're going to go ahead and attach that neckband by starting at the bottom and stretching to our little star and then going all the way around. And I'm going to go ahead and add my sleeves as well right now while I'm at it, right sides together. Then we're going to go ahead and sew our sides together, prep our waistband and our armbands. Now all we have left to do is to attach those armbands, attach that waistband, and our project is complete. This is such an easy project and I love it.
All right, my friends, I don't think that you can see the fluffiness that is my sewing room right now, but it was so worth it. Look at this gorgeousness. I am obsessed. It is so warm, it is so cozy, it is super cute. Dress it up, dress it down. I'm just gonna wear it. Like, I'm just gonna wear it all day, every day. Like, I'm never taking this off. It is so cozy and I love it. Now, obviously, if you wanted to make it longer, you can add more than the length I added. That's just the formula. You just have to remember how much to add. And if you wanted to add pockets, you can definitely add the pockets. I decided to omit them because, you know, this fluffy fabric was already enough to work with. But I think it looks adorable. This is gonna be the perfect fall outfit. I'm going to get probably sew up a skirt, maybe a like a Be Smart or something like that. Maybe sew me up some tights or something and a top, and I think that this will be gorgeous with some boots. I can't wait to style it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't, so you never miss any of our other tutorials. Let me know below what things you want to see, what hacks you're hoping that I will do so you can see if they work out or see how you can do those things. Just let me know below. Also, go check out our blog because there are so many things on our blog that I don't want you to miss out. Come find us on Facebook and Instagram and come post your makes because we want to see them. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.